Hey guys, good morning. Michael Clark with BAM Weather. We've got the potential of a disturbance of a chance of a tropical cyclone development here in the next 7 days in the central Atlantic, or in the MDR, what we call the main development region of the Atlantic Ocean, and possibly looking at potential of a tropical cyclone or hurricane to develop here over the next 7 days. Right now, about a 40% chance of that. I'm going to show you the latest with what we're thinking. So this is the chance of cyclone formation in 7 days. Right now, we're at a 40% chance of this. I really have no reason to disagree with the area and the overall potential track of where something might go here over the course of the next 7 days. I want to show you some guidance. This is the European ensemble model guidance here. And again, you can see right as I get into about roughly day 4 to day 5, we start to see development here, okay? And some organization take place by roughly day 7. In day 7, there could be something, a tropical cyclone, or perhaps a low-end hurricane off the coast of east coast there of Florida and the western and the Atlantic Ocean. Now, as we continue to go forward, you can see what's happening is a lot of the ensemble members are trying to suggest this would avoid Florida and go up the East Coast. Now, my concern is a couple of things. Obviously, we see strong agreement with that right now, kind of picking this up and taking it back out into the ocean. For the most part, avoiding land. The American guidance, the GEFS, is similar, not very aggressive on development, but has the general idea of something kind of going this way. But let me kind of tell you what's going on in the setup in this particular situation. In this particular situation, there's a trough up here in the Hudson Bay around day 7. Okay, and you can see this this big circle here, this ridge. This is upper level high pressure, 594 heights over the Atlantic Ocean. And then there's a ridge back out across the central U.S. Well, you can see the weak trough signal here. Now, the ensemble guidance, especially some of the AI data, trying to pick up on a trough in this time frame, okay? In fact, I'll show you the AI data, and you can kind of see it's a little bit more pronounced with this trough. You can see where it takes this potential tropical storm or hurricane. But this trough in the Great Lakes in Hudson Bay has a major influence on it, okay? My concern is that's 6 to 10 days out. And if that trough is over-modeled in strength, the steering currents here and the overall pattern would suggest a western risk to this instead of going up the East Coast, because look what happens immediately after the trough passes. The ridge expands again over the Gulf and into the Atlantic. This would suggest that if something could develop, it may ride more west along the southern end of that, because the airflow around this high pressure is this way, right? It's coming here. It's going from east to west, whereas a cyclone is the opposite, right? It's going from west to east. It's like a poleward motion of the air. So that's the concern. Right now, there's a window here, opportunity for this to get picked up by the trough and go up the East Coast. And as soon as it gets into here off the coast, it's really going to feel the influence of that trough and carry it out to sea. That would be the current thought process. And that's the idea amongst most of the ensembles. There's the GEFS. Here's the Canadian ensemble as well. You can see they all look pretty similar. We need to watch this. All right. I do think something can develop here. And I think majority of our data is saying it's going to go this way. But we really need to keep an eye on that trough influence in the 6 to 10. And if you are in Florida and the southeast coast here, you really need to keep an eye on the forecast. And we'll continue to keep you posted here in the coming days as we see more development.